Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope. I'm Brother Joe Trout, coming to you for the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception, which has been moved to Monday today because of the Sunday in Advent yesterday. Now, this holiday is often a little bit confusing, setting aside the fact that many think this is about Jesus' conception when obviously he wasn't conceived a couple of weeks before he was born. It's a weird honoring of cause and effect. Gabriel comes to Mary and says, "Hail, full of grace," but full of grace? Isn't one of the marks of the human condition that we are born into original sin? That we, who are children of Adam and Eve, are in fact cut off from God, and we are waiting for a Savior, the Son of Mary. Don't we need his intervention to be full of grace? Aren't we longing for that? Aren't each and every one of us marked by concupiscence, this tendency to move away from God and to not be living in perfect grace? Well, the Church's answer is that Mary is not like us in that way. That she is filled with grace, and how did she become full of grace? God preserved her from the stain of original sin. She was never marked by concupiscence. She was given a special blessing to prepare her for the role of the Mother of God. Now, this is just fascinating to me, because when we think of cause and effect, we tend to go into really very literal, linear, physical approaches. We think of things like a pool table where you hit a cue ball and you're trying to get it to ricochet all over the place and knock a bunch of other balls into the pockets. We think of trying to kind of calculate every possible outcome, and then we can predict exactly what will come, or figure out the genetics of a human being and we can solve all their problems. We think in deterministic patterns very often. But here we're celebrating a God beyond the physical world who is capable of interacting with creation in incredible ways. That he can preserve Mary from the stain of sin by the sacrifice of her Son, who is yet to come but has come from all eternity. God is great and powerful. God is at work drawing all things to himself, not merely in the ways that we can see and perceive. Now, the normal way is through Christ, right? We have a normal way through the sacraments. That is exactly what we are expected to follow. Right? We probably shouldn't be hoping for some sort of immaculate conception for your children. It's too late for you and me. We've already been conceived. But God is capable of doing really profound things in our lives. And so, for me, the hope of the Immaculate Conception is this utter conviction that if God can work in this way in Mary, why can't he work in miraculous ways in people who seem beyond hope? Why can't he bring peace to this world when it seems inexplicably impossible? The person that you think is just too far away from God, that there's no way that their life can possibly turn out well in the end. Well, why not? If God can preserve Mary from original sin, why can't he keep working in even the most desperate of cases? Of course, we still have free choice, right? That's part of the mystery of cause and effect in all of this, that our choices still matter and we can run away from God and reject God. Mary still had to make good choices. Adam and Eve did not begin with original sin. They created it, and they did not make good choices. They did not live in fidelity to God. And yet Mary did. So set before us is the choice between life and death and a God who is constantly at work to bring life. So hope today in him. Hope in a God who can preserve Mary from original sin, that he too can bring all things into fulfillment. That the Savior will come and bring a world of justice and peace, and those that we love and those that we should love all across the world can in fact know God. For God is big and great and incredibly powerful and mysterious and deeply in love with you and me. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.